Alright, so this is trade breakdown for week beginning 26th. So again, I start off with Forex Factory uh, news. So initially on a Monday, no news. Tuesday, no news. Wednesday, I won't be trading. FOMC. Thursday, we had unemployment claims. Jesus Christ. Friday, we had core PPI and PPI. So pretty standard week. No trading on Wednesday. So initially on the Monday for my PM session. Now, I will say I have transitioned over from the PM session to the AM session now, purely because the AM session is a lot easier to read. But on the Monday, I did take a loss during the PM session, so I'll break down what I did and potentially why the trade failed. So initially what I do is I mark up highs and lows. Now for me, a high is a up close candle, closed, and then a down close candle closed, and then the highest point between those two candles is the high, and then obviously the opposites for the low. So like this would be a low here. Right, and I just mark this up prior to the session beginning. Right, so initially we get sweep here, market structure shift down here. However, we don't reverse into this order block. Right, now I do mark up the most extreme. I know technically this is your whole order block. Now I won't count that. I want the most extreme for the best RR. So we don't return there. And what do we do instead is we break this, which is now an indication of us wanting to reverse higher. Right, we don't get anything too clear, so I'm not fussed about that. Then here, because we do have like market structure shift, but it's all the way over here. Right, there's no real fair value gaps, nothing really. I mean, it's taken so long just to break it with multiple attempts, just not worth it. There is one here, right, I'll mark it out. There. But it's just not worth taking. Right. And then we sweep here. Right, we have market structure shift over here. No fair value gap. Have one over here. Right. Then we have fair value gap. Right. Order block. So this again to make trade. So trade there, stop loss there, 1 to 2. And as you can see, I got wicked. Now, this is the point where I was like, well, starting to doubt myself really for the PM session, because for the last like couple weeks I've been getting wicked. Right, and like looking back at this, there's other stuff I could have done, like instead of entering there, I could have entered here. Right, use this market structure shift because we have a fair value gap there. Entry here, stop loss here. 1 to 2 does get hit. Right, pretty sure OT as well. Yeah, we get OT pretty much perfectly. But again, this is kind of stuff I see in hindsight, so I've kind of said to myself, well, I think I'm going to leave the PM session now officially. Right, the PM session, I mean, I've been funded before with it multiple times. I mean, I'll throw up one of my certificates now on screen so you can see. Right, I have been funded with it before, but it's just not consistent with it at all, to be honest with you. I think there's way more consistency in the AM session, which is where I will show you, I think, from Thursdays when I traded. So let's go over to Thursday. Yeah, Thursday AM session over here. Now instead of being on the 1 and 5 minute, I will now be on the 1 and 1 hour. So this is Thursday, so again I'll always be using my signatures, so when there's a reversal potential, right? So obviously low here, which I believe is this line here as well, No. Why is my chart not synced up? Yeah, okay. There we are. Very similar price action though. So where was it? So here we are. So what do we have? Thursday's over here. Cool. So that sweep. What is this sweep? And this is the sweep I entered on. I think, no, slightly lower. Right, but because we had so many sweeps, and this one here. Cool. So this was showing indication of wanting to go back up higher slightly, which is where I took my trade. So now I have changed my strategy up ever so slightly. I have moved over to inverse fair value gaps instead. So where is it exactly I took the trade? Where was it? Because it was a tiny little one I took. I think on the 5 minutes it's actually easier to see. Down here. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. This one here. That fair value gap there. Right, we closed above it. Right, so then my stop loss was there. 1 to 2 gets hit quite quickly. Right, I would have entered, I think, slightly lower around here, but close enough. I mean, this is my entry, 1 to 2, 1% risk. Got the entry, so that's good. Now, obviously, it was a very bearish day, but going from PM session to AM session, I am mostly reversal. So I think, what is this, 4 minutes? No, 8 minutes. Within 8 minutes, I get my trade and I'm out. So not bad. Then going into Friday, over here. Now I can see the trade from here, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But I want to also do the analysis as well for it. So then Friday we start off here. So again we took out the high. Right, with that, right, there was this, took that out. Fair value gap, took that out. So my entry was, oops. 1 to 2, right there. Now what I will say is I got entered in on this candle here, as well as being, there we are. I got entered in on this candle here, but I also took my profits on this candle here. I'm not sure exactly what happened, because if I show you the price leg here, that was telling me I was losing like $10 or $20, I can't remember exactly. But then again, if we remember that 33, right around there, that was telling me I was up 100 or 200. So I was getting a bit skeptical about my loss. So when I reached my standard 1 to 2, I closed the trade. I was able to get my normal 1 to 2, and what didn't make sense is if I go into like paper trading, for example, and I right click, Now with my funded futures, I can only do free contract risk. Yeah, so that doesn't even make sense. Not sure, to be honest, because I would have entered right around here. So that wouldn't even be possible for me to, yeah. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I mean, I was able to get my trade in, so 1 to 2 was hit pretty much either way, whether I entered there or there. But you know, I will take whatever glitch that happened. Right, and now just proof of my trades, right? Obviously the Monday I lost 1R. Then Thursday, Friday I gained the 2 trades. So it's good. For the month I'm up, which is also good. So be interesting to see how many more trades it takes to get funded. But yeah, I mean, ever since I transitioned over, it's been like that. But yeah, I mean, going into the day, we had on Friday those news events, but they didn't really cause me to worry, if that makes sense. Price action was still pretty good. I mean, even if I wanted to hold until here, pretty sure 1 to 2 would have hit anyway. Yeah, there we are. So yeah, it was an interesting week. Up for the week, which is good, ever since I transitioned over, hopefully soon. Right, and also in here, I will be blurring out some of the stuff I will show, but over here, I did pass the PM session as well. This is kind of just proving I have passed, right? It's not like, oh, you know, I'm talking out my ass. I know what I'm doing. But yeah, see you in the next one.